Oh, no red mana, unfortunately. Flash that back into Memory Journey to cast the Oracle. Okay, keep this. Let's put back the Solitude on the mulligan. Well, it feels bad to put back Solitude against Hammer. I do like that we have the combo, though. What's my opinion on Recommission Dreadhorde Arcanist? Well, the big difference between Thunderkin and Awakener and Dreadhorde Arcanist is that Awakener has haste. Recommission Dreadhorde Arcanist is like a start to something, but Arcanist is also like not a card I historically like very much, but Jeskai Dreadhorde Arcanist with Recommission and Ledger Shredder does sound pretty sick. Have I missed anything? No, I think this version is just really good, honestly, not to be too reductive. Well, man, I can't. I mean, obviously, I didn't know what the matchup was, but just like keeping that Solitude on the mulligan would have been really ideal. I think I should play the Aspirant this turn. It's maybe casting Heliod is better, but I'm still not able to combo next turn anyways because I can't get a counter on it, and the Aspirant's gonna let me get a counter on the Ballista. I can maybe even like control the board with the Ballista next turn or a little bit. Hopefully they just don't have another white source. Is there consideration to third Ballista to increase the number of games you can win on turn 4? I don't know. Just like, you don't win with the combo that often. The combo is there, it wins you some amount of the games, and it's nice to have access to. But I think, this deck is like kind of plan A. Good card, beat down with removal, and then combo plan B. And that combo plan B is important because like in modern, like when you face when you're a fair deck playing against like opposing combo decks, you really just can't be all fair cards. You have to be able to win on turn 4 with a combo. You have to be able to get the job done. Okay, so they can't kill me with Nexus this turn because they don't have the extra mana to give it flying after the hammers on it. They can make me chump block with the Aspirant though. No, we're not dead to Paladin. I can block the Nexus because they don't have the extra mana. Oh, they have the Shadow Spear. They have Shadow Spear. What am I saying? Yeah, obviously they just have Shadow Spear to trample. Not used to them having trample Shadow Spear on turn 3. We were beating up on Hammer Time last time we played the deck. We lost to it earlier today. But also like if we just keep the Solitude, then we're in great shape, unfortunately. Maybe I should be down like Giver of Runes instead of Sentinel. Let's try that. Jeskai Mentor, the threat base as Dreadhorde, Iconoclast, Mentor, Ledger Shredder. The thing is, it's like you can't play Mentor and Iconoclast and just not play Ragavan or DRC. You probably have to play Ragavan, DRC, Arcanist, and then like maybe you can play an Iconoclast and maybe you can play a Shredder. But you can't play more than like 16 threats. Have a good day, Shredder. And it's also like your Dreadhorde Arcanist will be like just the worst threat in your deck by a pretty significant amount. Okay, if Dreadhorde Arcanist could flash back Bitter Reunion, then I'd be very on board. What a hand. On the play against Hammer Time, double Wear Tear, double Solitude, Lightning Bolt. 1 land. I think you keep. Super close. Yeah, definitely not a snap keep, but I think it is like a, alright, I guess, kind of keep. That is a good draw. Ballista's a good draw here. Obviously need a, land. What about Wilderness Wreck? Wreck got like way worse with the Seiju and Haywire Might. It's probably not that bad though. Easy. I wasn't really expecting them to have that one in against me. And his Cauldron, and then 5 other cards. Luminarch Aspirant, land are our best draws. Okay. Really good. I basically am never getting rid of Ballista this turn, but just Aspirant Ballista is going to do a lot to control this board here. I really wish that they had banned Heliod instead of Ballista in Modern, or in Pioneer. You could do this in Pioneer with like scales and stuff. It'd be really cool. I don't like Shadow Spear without Saga, but this deck can do a lot of work with Shadow Spear. I mean, the thing, Modern is, I just disagree really strongly, I guess. Like, Shadow Spear is like a good card when you're winning. It's not a card that, I guess it's good when you're racing too, but it's kind of a dead top deck a lot of the time. And if you played Stoneforge Mystic, I could see maybe playing a Shadow Spear, but just natty regging one Shadow Spear is not something I like the sound of, I guess. You know, Ballista would only be used for evil with mono green. I mean, mono green gets to do so much evil already. You know, maybe let another deck have something. Mono green is evil. Well, from my point of view, blue-white control is evil. Yeah, I think I like tearing this in response so they can't go Paladin plus Hammer. I was just trying to be funny. I don't know. Blue-white's fine. This definitively not evil. Blue-white control. Guess we're still chilling. Yeah, this card like I guess we're playing Bolt now. We're playing Lay Down Arms before. Is Nettle Cyst? I feel like they have a Paladin, but they can't play a Paladin here, right? There's no way. They would have to play like a Hammer first. But then I would get to like respond to the Paladin cast by wear tearing a Shadow Spear. Okay, they do have Nettle Cyst. What a weird game. So they can't remove the Ballista. We get to kill both Sanctifiers in response. And then we might get to combo next turn. They get a Hammer. Their hand is Cauldron, Hammer, 2 mystery cards. They're not like immediately conceding, which is odd. I kind of expected them to be mostly dead to this. Okay. Funny enough. Fair enough. Okay, seeing that they're like really in on Sanctifier Vec and we're on the draw, I'm going to go down on Ragavans to 1 copy, just be more in a giver. Although, maybe I'm going to go down to 1 Blood Moon also on the draw. Yeah, maybe the Sanctifiers come back out. I mean, I would be okay with that, I guess. I mean, it doesn't matter a ton. Okay, I think this 1 land double wear tear hand is mulligan without double Solitude, and we've got 2 Heliods. 2 Heliods again. 2 Granges is kind of gross. We keep this on 5, or on 6. Okay, I do like drawing a land here so that this one can come into play untapped. This hand is also can combo. We have Ranger-Captain for Ballista. No Stoneforge Mystic is nice. So the game's like somewhat likely to go turn 3 Ranger-Captain, turn 4 Ballista, turn 5 Heliod kill. It's okay. Could maybe be a little concerned about Blacksmith skill plus Hammer, but I could sack Ranger-Captain if they go for Hammer on Nexus, and then Solitude. I really want to draw a white card, though. How about a red and white card? I will take it. Not much sense in holding up Wear Tear against the Sentinel. I think just play this. Why isn't Hammer playing Heartseeker? It seems sweet with Stoneforge Mystic. Is this an equipment? I mean, that's probably a bit worse than Cauldron. It's a pretty cool card, though. I wonder how playable Simple Mono White Play Good Creatures deck is. So the thing about this deck is, like, the combo is really important, so you can race, like, Tron and Titan and combo decks in general. Like, when you play, like, these just good card decks without any counterspells, discards, combos, Blood Moons, they get, like, a good degree worse. So I think I'm just going to go block, sack. Solitude this if I have to. Okay, have to. Just double checking that I can afford to. I mean, I think I'm just not playing around Hammer number 3. Like obviously, like the Wear Tear would be really cool because I could kill the Sentinel, could kill the Sigarda's Aid, but I think next turn just playing a Ballista. I mean, I could also draw a blocker for this pretty, not too difficultly. Just but play this, take a hit, and then try to win the following turn is fine. Yeah, I'll just be dead to 3 hammers, I guess. Guess I'll die. I don't know. If they have the 3rd hammer, it's just like they have to have them all natty. It's just like good beats, you know. Damn it. Pure Steel also kills me. I mean, I think if they Pure Steel, I could like at least chump block, but I also had like a lot of draws here. Like I could have drawn any creature to just block and then untap and win. If that was the plan, wasn't it better to save the Ranger for chumping this turn? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, probably mulligan this on the draw. If you didn't chump with Ranger last turn, you died to a 2nd hammer. Well, I had the Solitude. So I didn't. I think I put back the Solitude on the mulligan again. Hope we're not playing against Hammer again. I think I play Ragavan. I think that there's a good chance we get through on turn 2 with Ragavan against Affinity. Solitude had to hit Inkmoth if they had 2nd hammer. The Sentinel coming. They can't hammer on the Inkmoth and hammer on the Sentinel that turn. They didn't have enough mana. Ooh, into Midnight. Yeah, they had a really good draw. It's okay. Like when it's modern when Hammer Time has the nuts, and it's just okay to lose sometimes. This is like the best I've seen Patchwork outside of Scales. I'm usually not like that big a fan of it in more traditional Affinity. That being said, we probably just take the hit this turn. Ooh, not taking the hit this turn. Yeah. can combo kill next turn. What is a slow roll and is it ever okay? It sounds like you know what a slow roll is. Slow rolls are also okay. So like there's a lot of like really minor social faux pas when it comes to video games and Magic the Gathering and stuff. And in my opinion, like it like going, oh, I can't believe you slow rolled me. I can't believe it. You know, the slow roll is that's when like 9 times out of 10 your opponent is just like nervous and making sure they have lethal. That's worse than being slow rolled. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We need to survive at least 2 life here. I think we survive at exactly 2. If we jump the automaton, 1, 2, 3, 3 points of flying. Oh no, we're just dead. No, we're just dead. Dang it. If this was a keep on 7, we have Solitude this turn though and win. Yeah, like yeah, a slow roll is almost never malicious, and it's usually just better to be chill about it. I can keep this. Okay, I'm gonna. I guess they can still cast a Frogmite, but I'm gonna bolt a Midnight now just to stop them from being able to play a turn 1 Thought Cast. And if they cast Frogmite, it still costs them a mana. They do have the Frogmite. Now this is actually kind of an interesting call between. You know what? I honestly almost like the idea of like Solitude, Frogmite, Bolt, Midnight, and they have 3 cards in their hand, and they don't have a creature for Springleaf Drum. I'm gonna do that. Just like really fight them on their affinity and mana here. And then like this will likely lead to a slower game, which maybe Esper can take over. Don't you feel like the fact you're cutting or trimming Recommission most of the time shows the card is just Winmore? Absolutely not. So this is a pretty common opinion. Seeing a card get cut post board a couple times in a row, and you think that the card is not good or Winmore. But there's a lot of times you want cards game 1 and look to trim them a lot of time. But Recommission, like I played against 2 artifact-based aggro decks with like little to no removal. These are matchups that Recommission is like clearly not good in, but Recommission is a very, very good card in this format with its creature removal heavy, grindy heavy. Is even like it has text in these matchups too, but it is just at its worst here. Yeah, there's Paulo Vitor Damaderosa had a YouTube video explaining this concept that is really good. As soon as my opponent says, "Hi, big fan," thanks, yo. Didn't want to say GLHF. Yeah, not a fan anymore. Yeah, but again, like Hammer, seeing you play against like a super linear aggro artifact deck, and you notice I cut it against Affinity twice in a row, or Hammer then Affinity. It's just like. and then I cut it against Enchantress, Oops All Spells, Hammer Time, Affinity. These are just all like super linear decks that Recommission doesn't shine against, but still has text in these matchups, recurs Ranger-Captain, and you could just side them out, Okay, double Wear Tear against Affinity. Let's snap keep. Do you think they shaved Juros? Another reason you think Chalice is bad? It's just like a really, really bad top deck, but you could play it on the play, never on the draw. Thanks, yo. Where tears your land? Yeah. Okay, we have wear tear for that. We'd kind of love to fuse wear tear next turn and then save the other one. I guess they get to make us construct though. Oh, fuse off the treasure. Yeah, sorry, I should have done that. Getting the Giver in play is also really good, though, because it stops them from being able to block the Ragavan. But yeah, I should have fused. Oh, no, no other land. Esper Food for Recommission. I want to find room for 4 Sentinels. Sentinel Saga. Wins game. Yeah, there's maybe something there. I mean, you would have to play, like... You play Recommission over Unearth, and then... like, cutting Ledger Shredder doesn't make a lot of sense to me when you're adding Recommission, but... That could maybe be what you do. I think I'll just equip the Shadow Spear. It's an impression I had with your first Elemental Restoration. The most of the time you could win without it anyways. I don't contest the strong, this card is strong. Yeah, this is also like an interesting point that happens a lot that I think is generally like, you know, not the right way to think about things, where like a card that's in your hand and you can win anyways despite it being in your hand is not necessarily win more, right? Where like Recommission in fact is like maybe an excellent textbook catch up from behind card. A card that if it's in your hand and you're able to win anyways, you've won the game anyways. But if you're behind and your opponent's interacting with you and they're killing your Risen Reefs and they're interacting with your combo, Recommission is a great way to catch back up in games where you're behind. So I think classifying it as a Winmore card because it's sitting in your hand, not being cast in games you win, is not I think correct. Yeah, Shadow Spear Heliod synergy, huh? Maybe the Shadow was right about the Shadow Spear. Rafine's Tower tapped. Could be a couple different decks. I blame Jessie for starting the Winmore discourse, though. Where's Lucy? She's been spending a lot of time with Esther in the morning because Esther's got some time off right now. But the door, I always leave the door like slightly cracked so Lucy can open it and come hang out if she wants to. She did yesterday for a bit. I feel like we're playing against like a Reanimator variant. It could maybe just be control. White Plains over fetch. I'm not going to crack the fetch because I want to save this for an Idyllic Grange later. But if I know I'm not cracking this fetch this turn, I'm just going to play the plains. Yeah, maybe just like Esper control or blue-white control with Water Grave for domain. But no Kihira. Kind of makes me think not control. Okay, Reanimator variant confirmed. Although I don't really get why they're main decking Mending. Maybe they think I play some counter magic. They're also not playing the Witch's Cottage variant because they're playing Island. And Faithful Mending. Oh boy. That's like way better against my Solitude than Archon would be here. Kind of feel like maybe my opponent has Solitude. I guess they would have probably Solituded here if they had it. I think I'm supposed to hold up the Solitude here to not let them hit me with the Goryo's Vengeance, Gristlebrand. Grappling 21 months, thank you. There's crackling. It might be me scratching my beard. There's not a fan blowing into it. I guess my opponent can have Ephemerate here. Should be less than ideal. Okay, they just already have the Ephemerate. I was hoping they would have to at least draw some cards to find it. Kind of the nut draw from them. I didn't mean to question. Questioning my building is fine. I'm just like genuinely having a conversation with you about the about the deck. I played 2 Vesperlark and Parcel Beast. I don't know that like I think that Recommission is better than Vesperlark. But Vesperlark is fine. Parcel Beast seems... maybe I'm misunderstanding the card a bit, but it doesn't seem very good to me. Alright, we just have to pass back. My opponent might not be able to attack, which is kind of interesting. It mutates onto Awakener, same plan as Recommission. Yeah, but it's like, it gets blown up by a removal spell, doesn't it? And like Recommission, like, I don't know, it's fine. It's I don't, you know, we can move on, I'm kind of just focused on other things. Usually like there's just like, you know, too much back and forth with these kind of card decision combos. Let me get a counter on this Ballista now so I can kill the Priest of Felrights if they like draw 7 in response. So kill the Priest. Not quite attacking for lethal, right? This is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. But we're not dead to the Gristlebrand on the backswing. I don't have a Solitude, it's big. We hit Ephemerate, let's go! It's kind of nuts. There's a weird feedback. I don't know if like my mic is just, let me unplug and plug back in. Didn't change anything like usual. Static noise, or there's another electric device. I don't know if it's like my headphones. Again, I'm not doing anything different than I usually do. I don't usually have a big ball of static and a wire right by my microphone. Maybe it's my headphones. I don't know. Maybe it's just my like grindy music being picked up by the mic. Yeah, I think it was. You probably could just hear my music, which is just, or maybe it's the something with the headphones giving feedback. Is my opponent dead if they flicker? Also, I don't get the Ephemerate rebound, right? Yeah, I didn't cast it from my hand. Counter on Ballista. Block Ragavan. Take 8. Ping for 6. Why are my opponents always give me hi, I'm a big fan after I'm like crushing them? It's really hard for them to play around Bolt here, I think. Big fan, don't kill me. Give a Solitude. Solitude their own obs of that. That'd be okay though. That Ephemerate off the Ragavan was dirty. So gross. Alright, we're gonna bring in the Sanctifiers, we're gonna bring in the Blood Moons. Notably, they're dodging the Orvars by not playing Archon. Another combo deck, I'm gonna cut the Recommissions. I don't want to hear anything about it. I think I'll play a Giant Killer and no bolts. This looks pretty good. Is Patch-Up better than Recommission? I don't think so. The +1 counter on Recommission matters a lot, and Patch-Up is kind of cool though. You know, the difference between 2 and 3 mana is also a really big deal. I think we can keep this. Maybe it doesn't have any sideboard cards in it, but it's got lands, it's got spells, it has Solitude. Live Remy watch between rounds? Is Remy streaming or did he drop a new video? Takes the Solitude. Good old Thoughtseize bug. I don't think we watched the last video live. We can maybe watch it today. We'll see. There's like a lot less time between rounds than there used to be, so it's harder to fit those in. And that's domain. Just get a Sacred Foundry. Am I taking time off for the holidays? Not a lot. I'll definitely take Christmas off, but like I usually take Sunday off anyways, so I may take Christmas Eve off as well, although I don't really have plans for Christmas Eve, so I might just stream for a little bit. I might do like Cube on Christmas Eve or something instead of playing the Modern Challenge, or maybe I'll do Modern Challenge and Cube. I might stream like Saturday Challenge, take Monday off or something, but we'll see. Yeah, Cube miss. Okay, deck tech for Horsesuit. Christmas Soul Stream. We'll see. Honestly, the run is getting like pretty close. Oh, damn it! Sorry. I thought I had one more click before my second main phase. That's okay. The run is getting pretty close to making the stream, though. My goal is to like at least just have done every section no hit. I'm getting pretty close to that. They're gonna see I just missed my land drop. That's okay. Pioneer Zombo combo. So only one Liliana as a Diabolic Intent target. I think that's pretty interesting. Is this your only sack outlet and Tuco Husk? I mean, there probably isn't another good one. Alright, we'll search up Giant Killer, I guess, because they took the Solitude again. Failed land drop, yeah. Failed indeed. Yeah, that's the problem, of course, though. The sack outlets suck. I do think that this is interesting. I like Recommission here. I like the intents here. And then like, so like one thing, like how bad is Liliana? Oh, you also have Pyre to search up your friend. Ooh, I probably want to play the Sanctifier. Okay, let's go counter on the Ranger-Captain, attack for 4. Then Ranger-Captain plus Ragavan is also like pretty good this turn, or Ranger-Captain plus Giver. But also, you know, this is a combo matchup. I just need to play my disruptive piece. I've cast one Liliana in my life, and it was the wrong choice. It's sad to hear. The card feels like it's so close to being good. Like, if only it was like 3-mana Sorin power level, you know? If only it was 3-mana Sorin. I would be like, I think, somewhat inclined to try the second copy of Liliana. I think that I would be interested in 2 copies of this card. Oh, we can also, I think, +1 counter on. Oh, can't counter on your opponent's creature. But if we could counter on Grief or Solitude, then Giant Killer it. Maybe over the second Wayward Servant, or like the 4th Pyre for the second Liliana. Probably 4th Pyre. Yikes. What a swing. Carrion Feeders. This is Pioneer, so no Carrion Feeder. Surprised you're putting counter on the guy who sacrifices, not the pro-black. Way better against removal. I'm also like just not that likely to sack it in this matchup. I think I'm just taking the hit here instead of solituting. Letting my opponent gain 1,000,000 life, and if they find the Ephemerate, then I solitude. Yikes. Oh, sorry, I don't have Solitude in my hand anymore. What am I saying? What am I saying? Classic deck tech, think you have the Solitude in the hand. I forgot that it got grieved. Just actual no lines. Yeah, there's not. I don't think there's a better sack outlet than your options are Cartel Aristocrat and then Nantuko Husk. You have like no other choices. All right, game 3. Brutal sequence of events. They are playing Binding. I could maybe bring in some number of Wear Tear. I think not. Woe Strider. That's true. Woe Strider's not a zombie, but maybe Woe Strider would be better than Nantuko Husk. Giant Killer is 3 mana, so we didn't have the mana to chop the Gristlebrand down. My opponent's on a mold of 5, though. Bodes pretty well for us. What's better, turn 1 Ragavan or Giver? In this matchup, with them like not having much removal, it's like almost definitely turn 1 Ragavan. It's going to be a little bit matchup dependent. In the blind, if I have Ragavan, Giver, Sentinel, all 3 of them, I usually just play Sentinel turn 1 and then set up for turn 2 Giver plus Ragavan. And if they want to use a removal spell, like they either have to use it on the Sentinel, or if they're killing Ragavan and Giver, leaving Sentinel in play, it's just that's usually pretty good for me. Mold to 5 Thoughtseize usually feels pretty good for the player getting Thoughtseized. Are 3 Gurmag Angler near brand deck for sure better than 4? I was playing 4 for a while, and I ended up liking 3 copies better. Good monkey. It's your Santa hat, because I left mine, I think, at my parents' yesterday. Thank you for the coffee. Yeah, it's a little smaller.
Yeah. I was like, ooh, I want Starbucks. Ooh, don't want to buy Starbucks.
Yeah.
So.
Sadly, we don't have a Solitude in play to Ephemerate here. Oh, we have Lucy here and Athena. Wow, what a treat.
They're investigating.
Athena's been so clingy lately.
She says, Lucy, play with me. I heard you talking about the watch.
Yeah, I love it. Love it. Esther bought me a watch with a frog on it. I imagine a lot of people haven't seen it at this point.
He's playing a banjo.
Seeing Recommission for the first time, you think you work in a Hammer, Luris at home. I think for the most part, you want protection spells over reanimation spells in Hammer. Alright. Probably not a good Stony Silence matchup. Yeah. For the most part, I recommend protection over reanimation and for Hammer. Oh, I should have put my counter for my Idyllic Grange on something pre-combat here, but I also don't imagine it's going to matter very much. Okay, I can't. Okay, well, messed that up too. Again, no thinking, just Blood Mooning. Rebound does not happen if you cast your opponent's Ephemerate. You have to cast it from your hand. No thinking, just Blood Mooning. Any chance we'll see more Devotion? I think so. The deck was very, very fun. I would certainly like the next time I play it to have a little bit of an update for it, and I've tried to update it a few different times with a few different things, and it basically always feels worse. Okay, 2-1 in this league. We're up against a Gigantha, the Wellspring. I think I'll keep this, put back the Recommission. One vote from Kurd Bros. Yeah, I know you're all about the Devotion deck. So I see Gigantha, and I usually think that it's most likely to be Prowess, but it can be a lot of different decks. Like this is maybe now Breach. Obviously, it can just be anything. I do like that we have Heliod Ballista with protection with the Giver. you need to draw another Idyllic Grange, but this can be an Idyllic Grange. Most of our deck is Idyllic Granges. There's 1,000 ways to make Green Devotion. They're all just a little behind in power speed level. I think that that's probably about accurate. All right, I'm going to bolt this. If they have a 1-mana instant, it's really, really bad. But if they don't, it's really, really good. And I want to spend my mana next turn. You'll leave this back to block a Ragavan potentially. Although let's see. Yeah, most of our deck is Idyllic Grange, so it is of all the cards we could draw, it is the most likely card to draw here. And we can also play Ranger-Captain to like prevent them combo killing me next turn if I miss, or I can just hit it. So they need 2 removal spells, and they didn't have a removal spell on end of turn with the Shredder, so I think we are probably good to go here. I suppose I'm supposed to do this on their upkeep just to blank their mana. Yeah, I draw actual Idyllic Grange. Classy. Just like the old Pioneer deck, huh? Our opponents conceded to the combo a couple times today. I think this is the first time. Well, they may just concede again here. Maybe I was supposed to do it with the Steam Bins tapped. I mean, they just like definitely don't have 2 removal spells here. Famous last words, but they wouldn't crack the fetch. Okay. Okay, so up a game against Breach combo. If we win this match, we are definitively the superior combo deck. I bring in the Wear Tears. I do like recommissions here. I bring in the Forge-Tender. Okay, so I know I just said I'm the superior combo deck, but like also our combo is slower. It's slower than theirs, so like maybe doing something like this is just be more of the control interactive deck. Interact with their combo via Wear Tear and Ranger-Captain. Ranger-Captain's really good against Breach. Let's try this. I'm not 100% sure, but I think I kind of like this. Sanctifier for Grape Shot. Maybe we should be playing that. I'll think about it for game 3. I like the thought for sure. Chalice for Mambro. Yeah, you could play Chalice in 0. You could play Chalice in 0 also. We'll go back to the drawing board for game 3. Can you imagine that Orvar is actually playable? Yeah, it's a card that totally was not on my radar when it came out. I really liked Call Time a lot though. I thought Call Time was a great set. Okay. Against an opponent who almost definitely has a bolt up here, I'm pretty happy to draw my Forge-Tender. I've won far more matches with creativity versus Orvar than I've lost. Well, I mean, I've done the opposite, but it's fine. That's the fun thing about Magic. Everybody's got different experiences. Okay, I do think I think they have a bolt in their hand, so I want to get the counters on the Aspirant and then use the Forge-Tender to protect the Aspirant. Would I try Vivian in the Karn space? Use a creature board instead of Karn? I mean, Vivian I think is a lot worse than Karn. I mean, I would be more likely to play like 5 mana Nissa because it has like the untap land ability. That actually might be good. Just like, yeah, 5 mana Nissa over the over the Karns. Okay, so let's dash this Ragavan. Counter here. I am pretty interested in trading here. I know I'm dead to a Breach next turn, no matter what. Okay, them blocking with that Emery means like they just have the Breach, right? Can't really mean anything else. Why would they block with Emery, not Ragavan? Yeah. Okay, let's go to game 3. I do agree that I want probably some number of Sanctifiers, some number of some number of Chalice. At least the first Chalice, probably both. Probably like 2 Sanctifiers, maybe 3. So this is 5 cards. I could probably trim the 4th Solitude. I think I want both Blood Moons on the play. Maybe on the draw we would have less. Maybe I'll play 2 Sanctifiers, 2 Recommission, 4 Giver, 4 Aspirant. Maybe, or we could, I mean, Aspirant's not that bad. It's worse without the Ballistas in the deck, though. So maybe we could do something like this. Could play 3 Blood Moons on the play, maybe. Could play 4th Solitude also. I mean, 4 Solitudes is kind of a lot, though. I think, let's do this. Let's do this. Yeah, I'm not really that used to like Sanctifier being an important card in this matchup. But I do agree with them being on Grapeshot over Oracle, which I think is correct in Breach, by the way. But I think I like this change. I like a turn 1 Esper Sentinel. This hand does need to draw land pretty badly, but you can just draw land. Easier to draw land when your opponent bolts. Recommission would be a sick draw. Yeah, it does slow them down on the combo. That's true, if they are an Oracle. I've been wondering if you should run 2 Grape Shots in the deck. I think almost definitely not. Because, like, even if your opponent deals with your Grape Shot, like, you can still win with Breach, Grinding Station. Like, most of the time, you just sometimes have to get a little creative, you know? I think I can just play Marsh Flats and then get a Sacred Foundry if I need to bolt and get a Plains if I don't. Also deny the Bobble info. Yeah. No Oracle or Giganta. We're just kind of talking about the differences. For a while, like, Breach players were playing, like, Oracle main and then Grape Shot on the side, but it just seems like a waste of the slot. Like, I think you will win more games with, like, Gigantha and Grape Shot just being, like, a good card to, like, you know, deal, like, a few damage. Then you will lose because you have Grape Shot in your deck over Oracle. I think you almost never lose because you have Grape Shot over Oracle. But it'll happen, you know, and a percentage of the time. But even when it happens, you should be able to cobble together a win. Okay, I'm going to Blood Moon my opponent here, and this will be likely very good. They do have Giganta as out the Blood Moon. That's Giganta as like equity against Blood Moon is always pretty real. Basic Mountain. You'd love to see it. They can still combo through a Blood Moon. They have to have the pieces naturally, and they have to have an answer to Ranger-Captain. They did just accomplish step 1. Answer to Ranger-Captain, unfortunately. Okay, let's play that. Connive away the Blood Moon. Yes, please. So they have to have land, Ragavan, Underworld Breach, Grinding Station as 4 of their 5 unknowns. They do have. We know about the we know about the Giganta. Well, I'm really glad I got this Ledger Shredder. Otherwise, this explosives would be wrecking me currently. Okay. Ranger-Captain is really nice. Now I have insulation to the combo. I'm just going to attack with everything. They're going to pop this explosives. And then I get to go Ranger-Captain, Ragavan, Connive. It's funny, Scooter. I think I just discard the Giver so I can hardcast Solitude on a Giganta. Maybe I could hold this for Connive, though. How do they win with Ragavan? Can't I Solitude it? I think maybe... I'm not sure exactly what you're asking. It sounds like I probably misspoke, like usual. I mean, I can cast Esper Sentinel. Oh, I guess I get a connive too, but I just like if I hit a spell, I get a counter. If I don't, I don't. Okay, counter. Oh, I can cast Chalice from the yard too. It's so funny that Emery is relevant here. That's the thing about playing a deck full of good, cheap cards, that Ragavan hitting you is pretty powerful. Okay, so this league has gone exactly the same as last league. Lose to Hammer Time in round 1, and then win the next 3 matches, and then play for 4-1. Last time we threw 2, but let's see if we can get it this time. I don't like having double Idyllic Grange in this hand. We're up against another Giganta deck. I'm going to try it on the draw, but very close hand. Boy, up against Tron. So, again, this is definitely the matchup, or a matchup, where just having access to the combo matters so much. Just the ability to like ignore Tron's game plan and go over the top. Obviously, it's a big issue that Karn the Great Creator is great against you. Why aren't they okay, I guess they're not cracking the map because they don't have another Tron piece in their hand. So they're seeing if they draw one off the Star Sphere, they'll know about that. Not playing Runes turn 1? No, I think it's way more important to like be able to play Aspirant on turn 2 and get a faster clock in play against Tron, which is a deck that doesn't have much cheap removal. Looks like an easy mull for opponent. Maybe. Go, Luminarch Aspirant. So they find a Tron piece. They're going to get Tron on turn 4. They have a lot of cards. They're very likely to have a payoff here. But now we have the ability to just top deck a Walking Ballista and win. They don't have cards, you know. They have some things they can do against that, I suppose. Maybe they're just on old Worm Coil Engine. 7-mana card. They might have to minus on my Heliod here. It's kind of interesting. Okay, well, I only have 2 Walking Ballistas. That's 2 and 24. Not lucky enough to draw 1, but I can play this, bolt the Karn. I think I'm not supposed to play my Idyllic Grange because that turns off the ability to top deck a Walking Ballista to win. Well, I guess I could Solitude my own Giver, and then that would get a counter on the Ballista. Alright, that'll do it. Game 2. That'll do it. Gonna bring in the Blood Moons. Wear Terror is okay on the play. Do something like this. Recommission bringing back Ranger-Captain is actually seems pretty good in this matchup. Maybe I want all the recommissions here. Also, if they like dismember turn 1 Ragavan, recommissioning gets pretty good. Esper Sentinel is also pretty good on the play in this matchup. Yeah, Blood Moon, the combo. I mean, I really like having a hand with Ragavan, Esper Sentinel. I don't know about 3 Ragavans. Let's go ahead and go and 1 lander. Okay, I like this hand a lot. Sentinel is going to draw us a lot of cards. Or if they wait, then we get a counter on the Sentinel. We're still going to get to draw cards. I don't think we're totally out of it. I was happy enough with my concession there, chat. If we Solitude the Ulamog, I don't know. I was done. I was very done. Thank you, Jeff. Yeah, this game is really, really good on the play. Would have also been solid on the draw. Especially because my opponent is showing that they're not mulliganing super aggressively for turn 3 Tron. I do not remember Wizards tweeting about Tron players, actually. I'd be interested to know the context. Do you have an opinion on white border cards and paper? I don't have a strong opinion, really. I don't really have a strong opinion on any, card aesthetics, to be honest. I do a lot of, mix matching with with my cards and paper. I have a lot of, old border cards, promo cards, first printing cards. Just different cards will spark joy for different things, I guess. Do you think I want to maximize damage rather than getting a counter on the Sentinel? Hey Evan, hey Doom. They tweeted, why do Tron players be like that? Wow. Based Wizards. Alright, hopefully we can draw that well on the, on the draw. These wear tears are way worse on the draw because you can't snipe. Expedition map, I think having 1 or 2 to be able to hit Oblivion Stone is fine. I think I'll play 1 Solitude on the draw. What's my strongest MTG related opinion? Is it hot take time? Hot take time. I don't know. I don't think I really do hot takes. I just like to build decks and play Magic the Gathering, and that's about it. I feel like this hand is somewhat likely to lose, but you also probably can't mulligan very easily. Just 2-drop pressure into Blood Moon against Tron, especially a Tron opponent who again has shown that they're not going to mulligan super aggressively for turn 3 Tron. I like to play Magic. I like to build decks. I like to goof around and chat. That's about it. My opponent does have turn 3 Tron. We might not even have turn 3 Blood Moon. I think I leave the Giver up to protect. Channel point deck techs aren't turned off. They're just on a cooldown if they've been used. I feel like the matches we've been playing against have been super weird today. Any value to Chalice on 1? Not really on the draw. Even on the play, it can be a little too slow. Okay, my opponent isn't immediately playing Urza's Mine, so that's... I don't know, that's maybe not a good sign. We have to rip an untapped land. We have 3 tap lands in the deck, and we have 17 untapped lands to draw into here. Karn. Can bolt Karn. Also attack it, I guess. Karn for engineered explosives, but they have no colored mana at the moment. Okay, there's 1 bit of colored mana. Do you feel like Change the Rocks just doesn't fit with the... I don't think Change the Rocks is a good card in Modern anymore. It's a card I used to like. Or that and Onto Ice. But the problem with Change the Rocks, Onto Ice is the prevalence of Beseiju, Prismatic Ending, Haywire Might. Just it's just too easy to kill those cards now. Okay, we draw the land. I kind of think I'm supposed to attack with the Giver this turn. Could have Recommission. Maybe I was supposed to attack last turn. No, I wanted to leave it back because of Karn. 7 mana Karn. My moon is dead on board? What are you talking about? Like, I have to play this, like, to make them answer it for a turn, basically, no matter what here. But they can't explosives it. What are we talking about? They can crack for green and beside you? Oh, sure. I mean, what do you want me... I still need to time walk them with Blood Moon and make them do that, though. You know what I mean? The map for beside you? Yeah, this is... I still play the Blood Moon here. I don't know what we're talking about. They're going explosives on 3 instead. Interesting. So I guess I go counter on Aspirant, Ranger-Captain, sack Ranger-Captain in their upkeep, get a Ragavan. I guess... Maybe I don't sack Ranger-Captain in the upkeep, because if I sack in the upkeep and they just pass the turn, it's kind of bad for me. Hold on, how much damage do I have? I have 6, 7, 8, 11. Yeah, I think I need to respond to them sacking explosives with Ranger-Captain, or hit them with the Ranger-Captain if they wait for my turn. This line is bad against Thragtusk, which I'm okay with it being bad against Thragtusk. Bad against Wormcoil. It's bad against Dismember too because they can force the early sack. I don't know if that... So they go Dismember, then I sack in response. And then they can't play any like big sorcery speed non-creature spell, right? My opponent's kind of pausing here. Maybe they have Dismember. Maybe I shouldn't... Maybe they have Warping Whale. Probably Warping Whale. And so, like, now I can just attack. And I can go Recommission Ranger-Captain, cast Ranger-Captain. I think I want another... I guess I'll go Ballista. Get 2 Ballistas. Get back up Ragavan. Get 2 Ballistas. They're at 6. So if my opponent Ulamogs, they exile here. They're dead if they Ulamog. I did not think this was a game we were gonna win. I don't think I'm counting my chickens right now either. I think this game's just ogre. Oh, we can't Idyllic Grange on the monkey because it has Pro Carlos. Okay, that's good to know about. I still have this lightning bolt though. Good to know. Okay, 3-2 into 4-1, 7-3, not too bad. Did not think we were gonna win that game though. So I think instead of playing another league with Heliod, which I wouldn't, be super opposed to, I think it's time to play at least one league of 8.